killing me inside. I miss my baby. The mother of 23-year-old Lauren Smith Fields of Bridgeport says her family's world came crashing down 10 days ago when her daughter was found dead inside her apartment on Plymouth Street under what the family describes as mysterious circumstances. The medical examiner has not yet released the cause of death, and investigators aren't commenting.
Without a doubt, we know that my daughter was not a drug user, and I had a second autopsy myself, paid out of pocket, because we felt so uncomfortable with the way it was handled.
Lauren was a familiar face to YouTube audiences. Her family says she had been a track star at Stanford High School and was now studying physical therapy at Norwalk Community College. A sweet child, they say, who had blossomed into a beautiful young woman who had the whole world at her feet. They say Lauren had met, quote, an older white man on the dating app Bumble, and it was he who alerted police to Lauren's death. The family says they are not satisfied with answers they got from an investigator.
I asked him about the guy. He just made it seem like the guy was a nice guy. There was nothing to investigate. The only contact that we have had was from a very insensitive, condescending, and arrogant detective.
Lauren's dad reading a scathing statement saying police failed to extend the most basic courtesies and told his family to stop calling. Councilwoman Maria Pereira says police owe Lauren's mom an apology.
She sent a really well-written email, and I was shocked when just yesterday she told me she had not even received a response.
A mom who's left to plan her daughter's funeral just days before Christmas says she's struggling to find a path forward. Life is not the same. I don't know who I'm going to be after this. In Bridgeport, Frank Recchia, News 12, Connecticut.
Your heart just goes out to that family. The city of Bridgeport issuing this statement about the investigation. The Bridgeport Police Department takes these concerns very seriously. The command staff of the Detective Bureau is reviewing the handling of this case to ensure that best practices are being followed. It is imperative to note that the death of Lauren Smith Fields remains an ongoing investigation. Our department.
Yeah, it's only ongoing now because they spoke out. That's it. Whoever said that on the phone to this family needs to be sued and needs for emotional trauma. Forgot what's the legal term for it. They need to be fired. That person needs to be fired. Okay. This is something you don't do. You don't do that crap. You could already see the racism here. Okay. It's no surprise. It really isn't, because in LA, the LA Sheriff's Department, they got racist gang. Racism is real. It's not as bad as it was back in the days of the early Klan, days of segregation, but it's bad. They're organizing they're in parts where they could get away with it. All right. Just like in LA, the Sheriff's Department, they got the Wayside Whiteys, the Jump Out Boys, the Banditos. These are racist gangs that have been in the department for over 50 years. Okay. Everything from murder to crippling black men, shoving batons in black men's eyes. All right. Just show you how bad it is. It's sad that this had to be happen in order for an investigation to be done, but I doubt it sometimes. I doubt it. That will be taking the investigation seriously. Saying he was a nice guy. That couldn't be me. That could not be me. Just saying. That's your relative, and they say that to you. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. The way things are going, you're gonna have some clowns who are gonna try to bring back slavery. Not trying to be over dramatic or nothing. But that's how the society is breaking down. I'm telling you. You're going to have clowns, especially behind a badge, who think they could do this. Bridgeport, Connecticut family has been left devastated and in desperate need of answers after their 23-year-old daughter was found dead inside her apartment. Lauren Smith Fields was found unresponsive in her Bridgeport apartment on December 12th after she met an older white man on the dating app Bumble. Ladies, you have to be careful about these dating apps. Okay? You have to be careful. The man has not been named, reportedly contacted police about Smithfield's death. He was not detained for questioning. This man could already left the country. So I wonder what they're going to do. I seriously wonder what they're going to do. Because if that happened, if this man left the country already, could this man who did this to her have connections with the police? Lakeem Jeter, the brother of the victim, told the outlet that an arrest wasn't made because officers said the man was nice and didn't need to be investigated. Smithfield's father said the family has to deal with a very sensitive and condescending and arrogant detective. Get your lawyers. Money should be no object. If you can, get a real serious one. Get a very serious lawyer, not Benjamin Crump. Get a very serious, real lawyer that actually has empathy and actually has a conscience. Smithfield's mother reportedly wrote a letter to the Bridgeport Police Department about her daughter's case, but they never responded. And I want to be clear when I say this. I mean no disrespect, okay, at all. I will say get a lawyer, if need be, a lawyer that is of, how do I put this? If his last name, if he doesn't have the name sounding like Stein or Berg, don't get that lawyer. Get a lawyer that has his at the last name of it Stein or Berg or Goldenstein. If you know what I mean, what I'm talking about. You get those type of lawyers. Okay? You get those type of lawyers that they take their profession seriously. They will fight tooth and nail. You get those that are like rabid pit bulls when it comes to defending their clients. Okay? Smith's mother reportedly wrote a letter to the Bridgeport Police Department about her daughter's case, but they never responded. Councilwoman Maria Piera says police owe the victim's mother an apology. I hope she's going to... Okay, the councilwoman should be saying these men lose their jobs. Whoever was supposed to work this investigation, you're fired. No pension. Merry Christmas. She sent a really well-written email. It was lengthy. It was extensive. It was very detailed. Wow. Is what you think it wouldn't be extensively detailed? And I was shocked when she told me just yesterday she had not even received a response, said Pereira. The city's medical examiner has not yet revealed the cause of Smithfield's death. The family has reportedly paid for an independent examination due to the Bridgeport Police Department's poor handling of the case. Without a doubt, we know that my daughter was not a drug user, and I have a second autopsy myself paid out of pocket because we felt so uncomfortable with the way it was handled, Smithfield's father, Everett Smith, said. Some reactions on social media have noted that white privilege is the reason why the police so far don't consider this a mystery. Of course not. It's not. It's more than that. Yeah, it's it's racism, pretty much. White privilege going all the way back to slavery. He's a nice guy. Can you imagine that? He's a nice guy. One Instagram user wrote, "The old white man does not want his family to know he was doing whatever with a young black woman. He called somebody he knew on the force, and they are covering it up." You know what? This is the same energy I see with the Ahmaud Arbery case. They're really trying to cover it up. You know, just like when Travis McMichael killed Ahmaud Arbery, the police, instead of putting those men in handcuffs, he just sits there and just talks with them, having a chat while Ahmaud Arbery lays bleeding out. Another user commented, "Ted Bundy got away with his crimes for so long because he was a charming and, white privilege." A third noted, "We watched the world search for that white girl and her killer, but yet nothing for this young lady. Investigation into Smithfield's death is reportedly ongoing." Yeah, ongoing after a letter had to be written to the councilwoman. After the father had to go and have his own investigation paid out of his pocket. He shouldn't even have to do that. Smithfield's family says she was a track star at Stanford High School and was taking cosmetology classes at Norwalk Community College. According to reports, she ran a side business to help pay for her school. The city of Bridgeport addressed the case in a statement, noting that the police are taking the family's concerns very seriously after somebody had to put fire under their asses. The Bridgeport Police Department takes these concerns very seriously, unless you're black. The command staff of the Detective Bureau is reviewing the handling of this case to ensure the best practices were and are being followed. It's imperative to note that the death of Lauren Smith Fields remains an ongoing investigation. Our department extends its deepest condolences to the family of Lauren. I don't care, man. This is just so sickening, man. This is sad, and it's sick. But I wonder what the swirling community has to say about this. I wonder what they got to say. That's what I'd like to know. Because a lot has been happening this year. A lot. And you do have a lot of white men. Not even this year. You have a lot of white men that are just harming black women. Okay? You have a lot. Ever since from DJ Kid, who was white, a bottom shelf Brad even. He was just spreading around the AIDS virus like it was, Halloween candy. Barely hear a peep out of the divestors, out of the swirling community that want to constantly bash black men. The reality is, the devil's in all ethnic groups, both genders. Doesn't matter. This is why you got to be careful. Okay? Just can't pick somebody because they're white and because they have money. Nothing wrong with a man who can provide. That's good. However, psychopaths can provide too. Abusers can provide for you too. That's the issue. Okay? That is the issue. And that's happened where you have white men killing black women. And they have money. Okay. We just dealt with like a black single mother whose body was found in the woods after her white boyfriend, who basically was a bottom shelf Brad, took her out and killed her. And he had a history of domestic violence. Okay? Dumped her clothes in some trash bin. All right? She leaves behind a child. She's a single mother. All right? You got these women, these black women that think white men are Christ. The majority will be judged by your skin color, but you have to be judged by your character. You have to be judging these men by their character, not their skin color. That's all I got to say. Anything about this channel you would like to know, it's in the description box. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Later.